playing a pretty exciting brand of Counter-Strike for the most part. And Aurora, surprisingly locked in. You've had some fantastic moments out of guys like Wakadia, thinking back to the clutch rounds that we had from him yesterday. Soulfly on that crazy recovery arc, if you remember. I think this game's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great as well. Yeah, we saw Aurora make their way through PVISION yesterday in a crazy Dust2 fashion as well. And I got to say, it's not just MOUZ with a new in-game leader. It feels like Maja is looking a little refined on this Aurora side, calling some faster rounds, some more contact plays, not afraid to use his pieces well here and quick on this T side. I want to see if we get the same pace today or if it was kind of an anti-PVISION setup. We'll see. We're straight into this game. It's Dust2. It's a map that MOUZ have had differing time on, and one that Aurora are more than happy to play. Somehow MOUZ escape on that lower control. No punish comes in, and Aurora reroute towards long. Torshi here.
Oh, he hears a lot of feet. He knows there's a lot of dudes about to round this corner. Torshi gets out with one, and JL, who was coming over to assist, out in the open, won't go down without a fight. Makes it a double, and now Aurora in trouble as it's a 2v4. Long control might belong to them, but MOUZ have got layers of defense set up in A. Moxic might make it down into the pit, but the struggle is just beginning. There's smoke fades on the cross, and they don't have any ability to replenish this, so tall task ahead of Aurora here.
MOUZ stay active, they re-clear short, they get a lot more information, and they wait for this long cross to commit. That's when Aurora leave. Now, gap is B, but MOUZ have players spawn side, short side. You're not getting through this easy with 30 seconds, and they start to rotate back as well. Spink's gonna grab that info on the cross. They peek together. Oh dear. That's one hell of a flick for Xantares. Is this round on?
Xantares been looking great here in Astana. Does he have any more of these fast, fancy flicks? Gonna need one with this sight player peeking out now. A cut down on that short play. MOUZ are able to contain.
JL looking excellent to start this series off. 3 kills in the pistol goes a long way. And that's going to be MOUZ staying active in the mid-round and taking this first over Aurora. I mentioned the difficulty MOUZ have had on this map, right? It always comes down to the veto of them forcing to put this back in their pool with Anubis. It's never really being a map they wanted to play. I wonder if that's something that could even be on the horizon changing, right? If MOUZ have success with this roster, don't get me wrong, they've got a lot of moving pieces right now in terms of the roster for the Major versus this team, but if they would even consider trying to expand that map pool in the future. That being said, probably for the best not to play Aurora on Anubis with what we saw the other day. They looked lights out on it. And so a very important pistol for MOUZ. Aurora take the eco with just a single scout. I like that the desk mentioned some of the problems on B from MOUZ the other day as well.
Yeah, you know, I think if Aurora have done their homework, they should know that Zelex, even though I think on some of the other maps...
Hello!
Oh, that's a knife for Wakadia.
Love that.
Like that he takes it.
Yeah, Torshi was walking into the corner as well, almost realized. Yeah, it's not just Zelex having trouble individually, but also the fact that Spinks did leave him. And actually, I've been rating Spinks for a while, but when we watch him on Dust2, he does look like he struggles. By the way, that knife kill has changed this round entirely. Aurora will not go B. They're going to go for the A split instead. 2 guns. And sure, Xerxen is here, but if him and JL miss their shots, there's a world.
Yeah, this Woxic scout, something that Aurora have always been keen to bring out on Dust.
Wait.
Oh, he used it to kill a teammate. Good thing I didn't start bigging him up.
That's not optimal, is it? Glock almost caught JL. He got dinked, had to flick back. Maybe should have gone for that B site. But Spinks was home. Either way, was always meant to be. Knife kill is a nice bonus. But here we go, gun round from Aurora.
weird here. Wakadia bought the orb, right? Obviously, he got the knife kill, so he had money to do so. And I figured Woxic was just going to drop him an AK and play the orb glass cannon.
Woxic couldn't buy an AK because he bought the scout.
No, he had 2,700. He could have dropped an AK. Oh. Yeah. He had 2,700. He could have dropped one. And then just played glass orb. But instead is elected to go for armor scout. And it's rifles on everyone else.
Oh, if it's glass orb, I see why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Want T side. You've got full rifles. You want to do something punchy here on this B site. Maybe you can grab Torshi's.
Well, here's that attempted abuse over towards B. Zelix at least extinguishing the molly. Keeps himself alive a tiny bit longer. It won't matter. Barreling through that smoke at the doors is Exertion. And with the Torshi AWP arriving, Aurora now hinge on Madja, their captain. 1v2. Torshi's fully backed up, so there won't be a kill available here for Madja. Bombs dropped over towards B, so even if he wanted to go hunting, priority is to go back and grab this bomb. JL's low, can't overextend here through the tunnels. They know that at this point in the round, Madja's searching. And so just gonna sit back. Molly in tunnel side means JL can't play to stop this bomb plant. Madja now has time on his side, and the spot on Torshi out in mid. He knows where both players are.
Oh, yeah, that's optimistic, though. That reposition, trying to focus on JL back in tunnels after throwing that lurk smoke. But Torshi, of course, has a gap in the door. Madja maybe doing too much. Could have climbed over the site.
Tell you what, man, JL coming into this map with really hot hands ever since the pistol, that would be a real X factor for MOUZ, because I think he's been stable in these games, but I don't think we necessarily had the match where JL steps up and dominates. Oftentimes you've been looking towards Exertion. If you suddenly have JL putting up numbers like this, that gives MOUZ kind of even more to work with.
Yeah, it's a great time for it, right? This is a playoff qualification game.
We always say he's a big game player.
This is a big game, Harry. You know, playoffs are where I'm obviously waiting to really see what MOUZ can do, but, you know, at the same time, getting there proving to not be the easiest thing here in Astana. Some of the 1-2 bucket teams, you know, PVISION and G2, for example, both playing to survive today. One of them going home. 9T shaking up the bucket by going 3-0, including a win over MOUZ. There's a lot going on. Look at this fake right now. Aurora throwing a lot of util into this B bomb site. They've done an execute, but the issue is no one's committed. Yes, it may have kept 3 players here, but they need to jump on this on Cat right now. That molly is poor. They can maybe get right round it. They're going to run. Oh no!
Players out. Exertion didn't get that nade in straight away. And that's cost him a few seconds here, allowing Aurora to close in. He'll underhand the smoke, give himself something to play around. Exertion. Only good for the first. Clashing with Xantares proves to be one fight too many. And with Wakadia wrestling back another. Get this one into a 3-on-3. You do have JL late on the long side. Mid lurk for Madja as well, but hasn't seen anything as the retake's coming in through short. Still the info available for Aurora. Time ticking off this bomb. It's Torshi to break the silence, and JL next. Don't know where Madja's gotten to. That molly gives it up. They've got a smoke for this. No winning this round for Madja. Try as he might. So MOUZ able to snipe another away from Aurora in a retake.
Hey, Aurora are well familiar with those jump shots. They saw a lot of them in the PVISION game. Some success, some failure from both teams. Nice try on the lurk from Madja. But JL plays that perfectly. Not overcommitting on the long side. Getting a lot of damage. Getting a harass. Forcing Aurora to repeat short. And that's what allows Torshi to get his kill. I gotta say it as well, Harry. Maybe you're noticing it. I think something's happened in the game. I have never seen more cancelled grenade throws than in the last week of play. It is insane how many Tier 1 players are missing cancellations. I think Adam Graf has changed this. I haven't had enough chance to play, but I don't know why Anim Graph would affect it, but something's going on. Are you noticing this?
It's your conspiracy.
It's my conspiracy.
I'm not putting my name to it.
I'm putting my name right on
Okay.
it. Dude, the amount of cancelled... Exertion would have had like a slam dunk right there if he hit his. The amount of cancelled grenades. Watch, we'll see like 5 this series, I promise. I'm seeing it every single map so far on Astana. People cancelling grenades and not getting them out. This is a new phenomenon. Because, you know, it would happen previously, occasionally. You're a bit too jumpy on that one key. But it is happening every single map right now. So I think something's changed with the timing. There's my conspiracy. Just pay attention now, that's all I'll say. Aurora up short. 4v5. Soulfly down. He was a rock on Dust2 against PVISION. How will Aurora fare in this man-down scenario? Needs to go out, and they get dunked on. Entry still comes in, but Exertion in this position is a menace.
Oh, Xantares, they've crept out underneath him. And he's got this ramp fight to worry about. Cover for Woxic isn't there, and the jump shot will connect.
He was low health. I was wondering
Are we
if
getting more jump shots than ever here on Dust2?
I was wondering if Zelix would go for it. I mean, 4v2, it's honestly not a horrible play by any means here. Punishing that plant.
Aurora need to go B more.
True.
All right, just looking at the numbers. 21 kills for the 3 A-side players.
The B
2 for the B players.
Well, the B player just jump shot the bomb, so
yeah.
That makes you think, yeah, we should go B right now. I don't know how, you know, Xertion in this position, every round, every game, he is getting multi-kills. It's not an easy spot. You're getting harassed by utility, you have a very small margin of error on your position. You're not getting 1v1s, you're getting 1v4s on ramp. And he keeps getting out with doubles. Doing a great job here.
Okay.
Okay, getting in. Blocks the smoke.
Yeah.
Pulls back.
Xbox smoke blocked. Now Torchy. Open sight lines. Could try and assist in this lower fight as well. But Molly forces him back. And a fast, short walk cancelled by the Torchy orb.
Another 4v5 for Soulfly where Aurora is stuck with the only map control they have is what MOUZ have given them. This short control, long is locked, AWP is there. And now Aurora, they get their execute in. Majo looks like he wants to drop spawn, but there's no kills available down in that position. He's going to have to scale up ramp to threaten incursion. That's a great entry. Can they do anything with this?
Well, Exertion's been the big problem, right? The rock over towards ramp, but it was a double long setup out of MOUZ, so they are able to deal with Wakadia, and now you've got that long retake to worry about. Woxic gets eyes on with the AWP, and with a kill out of Xantares, it's one of the better positions Aurora have been in. Double CT retake for MOUZ. They want to keep this flawless. Xantares taking fights straight up. And Torchy never even gets going. They know about the AWP back on long. They've got no reason to face him. Aurora finally get on the board. And I know the Xantares triple is super stylish. It's the thing you're looking at. The kill from Maja is what feels like actually opens that round up. The drop down into CT, getting past Exertion, who was 10-2 heading into that round. There's been an absolute menace over towards the ramp side. And then it allows Xantares to shine in that post plant.
Yeah, absolutely. The kill that changes the round. Aurora had no utility left after they did their execute, really. They just had to get that dry entry. They couldn't harass Exertion. So great push there for Maja. And JL, shame, because I feel like he had a window to make his cross happen. Both players were holding for the AWP far away, but obviously he didn't realize. And so they get off the bomb. They're able to punish him. Aurora on the board, not too late. Want to see if Soulfly can find some impact. He's just been picked first every round. Will he be able to get somewhere without getting orbed?
I feel like, you know, this could be an attempt at conditioning out of Aurora, because one of the things they ran into early on with the attempts to go B was that MOUZ were kind of bringing a third player over. I think they know that it's been the more exploitable site. You've just hit A 4 rounds in a row, and I feel like this is where maybe you look to explore B a little bit more. You know you put pressure on, you know the likelihood of that being, you know, that triple B being active is now way lower. You've made noise like you're taking short, and yeah, here it is, the mid to B coming through. They go a little ahead of the util there. Soulfly picked on the cross. Torchiorp watching, and Exertion ready to come through this smoke, but the B play is coming in. Spink's dead with a quick shot from Woxic, and so Aurora get the site control.
There's the punish they were looking for. Both B players starting slow in this map. Spinks with a bit of a whiff, and now this retake is on. JL looks like he wants to get in. That grenade will open up the round. Oh no, he missed it! It bounced off the door. That would have been a free kill to Maja. And suddenly MOUZ would have been interested. Instead, they give it up. Can you believe it? One missed HE and it shuts down any possibility of that post plant. Dear oh dear. Aurora do it again in the 4v5. That is 4 rounds in a row that Soulfly has died almost untraded on his own. Three of the times to Torshi's Orb. At least Aurora gets something from it. They get speedy up the B ramp there. And are able to find another round on this T side. Back to back as well. MOUZ's money thrown into disarray. They're going to drop guns and get one more good buy in. But safe to say, if Aurora win this round, that's why MOUZ are calling a timeout, they're in a lot of trouble.
Now, Match has posed them an interesting question, hasn't he, right? The relentless A hits that weren't necessarily always working. Now, they've been able to pull off one of these A-side takes. They've just hit you with a mid to B, taken advantage of the fact that you've been paranoid about the A-side setup. And so the question kind of leans the way of Exertion and Cyclone in this tack pause. Where do you stack the chips? Do you try and take a bit of early aggression, right? Try and get a bit of early info, try and force that man advantage? Or do you have faith in the read? Let's see what they put together here. Because Match are very much an IGL who's always liked the mind games, always like to think big picture. Might not necessarily lead to round success, but good at manipulating the CT setups. It's a long take, anti-long rush setup for MOUZ. Doesn't matter. Spinks here as the Joker. Usually over towards that B site. You see him now scrapping on long. And that's going to trigger Aurora to try and pick up the pace with a B hit.
The jumping. The jumping's what kills Antares. If he could just run there, he might get out, but shows his head twice.
Zelex was the guy we had questions for, right? In terms of his comfortability over here towards B, he's all alone. And Aurora know he's all alone with that Spink spot.
Oh, they want to, but it is audacious. Waiting the smoke for the moment. Zelex trying to reposition. He's got a bit of window to move.
You can afford to wait the smoke, though. That's what Wakadi is providing you here with this mid lurk. You know that rotates can't arrive, and so that info is evergreen. Zelex is still here alone. Gets out with the first. Spot on the second. Now just trying to buy time for his teammates to rotate over, and Wakadi actually got bested in mid in the downtime. Solid hold for Zelex. Now he's able to depend on him there. An important 1v2 all alone in that B site.
You know, I think we're drawing attention to Zelex not just because he's a rookie, but because we've seen troubles on this B site specifically. But at the same time, in the couple of games we've seen from this young player, he's very mechanically sound. He's very reliable in other positions. So nice to see him in a high impact moment hold his own and just get away with 2 kills, winning the round for MOUZ, dropping the bomb. So reassuring that, yeah, when it comes to just holding your spots, when you know they're pushing you, Zelex is able to do his part of the bargain. One hell of a smoke here for Acadia. We're going for the fast mid to B here, Aurora. Certainly look tempted by it, getting close out middle. outside of the B tunnels, blocked by Exertion, who is floating around in the middle, leaving A susceptible. Aurora will walk out mid. Smoke's annoying, but not enough to stop this if they truly want it.
Well, Spinks whittled down at the door, and Aurora are giving chase. He'll get pincered from the tunnels. Now,
What? Xantares, he takes that fight? Only Xantares takes that fight, and that is the round winner. Again, shutting down any chance that MOUZ can consider this. And their save is not guaranteed. Aurora know that fact. Kills here would stop a rebuy, so even just taking one more gun away feels worth the risk for Aurora. Liking the tone that Aurora are bringing to this T side, though. Very punchy set plays.
Terrorists win.
And it's kind of what we got against PVISION, right? Like, just calls out a spawn, XX, not necessarily playing super slow and defaulty, because that's been the problem for Aurora, especially against some of the top teams. It's like when they play really defaulty, and they just get picked off one by one, and nothing ends up happening. That's when you really see the holes in this team. But I think even if it whether it works or not, you know, playing together with this much firepower and just trying to trade out, there's a lot of firepower on this team. Oh, Woxing caught with a wide angle. They just go storming out for the trade. Soulfly is waking up in these last few rounds.
Spinks will put him back to bed. I mean, again, you've seen the heavy kind of anti-long rush setup. You've seen Spinks over towards A. Last time this triggered the response of just going B. And so I think Aurora almost trying to feign that right now, right? Going for the more, I guess you'd say, unexpected A play. They'll catch Torshi out in the open as a result.
That was sick.
So gauging their opponent's reactions and using it against them, it's good stuff, but you've still got this double long setup to deal with. No shorts open. You want to go and take this space while you can. Or else the site can start to feel very claustrophobic. You'll see Xantares moving in and taking this space away. Question is, how late does Zelix want to go here? How late can he afford to go? His teammate's already up on the long side. They're drawing a lot of the attention away. Zelix just gets mopped up straight away as he rounds the corner. Molly on the bomb. And no chance to extinguish. This is an Aurora round. Defuse attempted.
Oh, wait!
JL with the cover. And the nade block. It's a robbery from MOUZ.
I thought, no way. Absolutely no way. But they line up for JL. He physically blocks the HE. And the last second stick, they time that to perfection. How did MOUZ win that out? Less than a second on that stick. They did not lose faith. And that was after such a nice call for Aurora. But they line right up. Damn.
It's the only way you win that. That double kill coming through in that fashion.
Old MOUZ would have run back long as soon as that molly hit the bomb. But this ain't old MOUZ. This is new MOUZ. This is JL MOUZ. How are they winning those rounds? Because also, I mean, you're drawing attention. What a sick call for Madja to put that mid to be down. I can't believe Torshi fell for it that hard. In the open, they just run through his smoke. This is one-sided at the moment, but Aurora have been so close so many times. MOUZ now have the chance to run away with this half. Putting Aurora's money in the dirt. Oh no, which smudge is this nade on? Walks with the mid to beat. And it's good. Time to go. Spinks and Zalex, what you got?
This one's up tempo. No early warning signs. And with the entries coming through so cleanly for Maja, this one is already over. We've been saying how, you know, MOUZ prone to taking more risks. This is one that no one would ever attempt.
Spinks burnt his entire mag. He had 3 bullets left when they come through on mid to B. Like, sure, the timing is pretty quick from Aurora, right? They put a lurk smoke down, they put a mid to B, they speed. But it's still kind of shocking to see Spinks look so lost on this B bomb site. He's in a poor position. And he has no ammo. It's kind of not the Spinks I expect. So, great punish for Aurora. They stay in the T side. They get the chance to fight for a 5th. And it does feel like, why wouldn't you go B at this point? It's just been it's been 2 games. Running into the top 3 performers who are clutching out rounds. And then hitting the B sites. 4 kills each player. They can't make it too obvious. Torshi starting middle. Actually, maybe they can. Aurora going 5B. They're just going to hit it. Spinks like, I'll bait you. Good luck. Might just work.
He goes overlooked.
Yep. Nice trade, and that's it. MOUZ will have to try, but as long as Aurora play smart, they've got re-smokes, they've got re-mollies. MOUZ going quick.
Yeah, smoke from JL makes things interesting. Makes that door even wider to get through, and so on the flash, he'll make it in.
Hello.
Lose Woxic in the sight. It's Zantares at the car. This is a powerful position now with window and sight taken for MOUZ.
Molly.
Zantares 3 kills deep. Will get mollied out into the open. No extinguish. Magic covers with the util. Torshi, there should be no winning this. Defuse held. Zantares not able to get past him. And now it falls to Maja. A bit of a misread from Torshi, who loses track of him in all the chaos. And so Aurora managed to scrape by with 5 rounds on this T side. Could have been better, but they'll take this considering how the map started in that streak of rounds for MOUZ. Initially 5-0 up, they only get 2 past that hot start.
Yeah, I mean, all the success really coming on this B-bomb side for Aurora as well. Getting 4 of the 5 rounds off of B, 1 round win on A. So you can't really blame them for going back to it. Nice brutal execute again. And nothing that MOUZ can do about it towards the end of the half. Clearly, problems going on. And as the desk were talking about, the surprising factor that Zalex is B anchor and JL is long, proving to continue to be a question for this new MOUZ squad. But regardless of that, 7-round half. Nothing to turn your nose up at CT Dust2 on a map that MOUZ have had trouble with in the past. They still look more attuned with it with this roster at the moment. Aurora get their scraps. But only 2 of the last 7 rounds for MOUZ. Imagine a quick spot to try to block that smoke. Puts it up on the site. Now he has the cross. Now all of them have the cross. Oh dear.
That was a crazy
That was a
180.
flick, right?
Yeah.
Full 180.
That's insane.
Okay, they find him.
Okay, they will deal with the flick master out on short.
Comes Soulfly, and that's exactly what they wanted. Bit of patience pays off. Match a low health. So Taurus Julies are nice, but that's too many targets, and they fight it together. Looking almost confused that MOUZ would have the audacity to cross long. That's crazy. The smoke block was so nice, but Zelek's in a powerful position. Look at this. Hey, he's a Glock player, we've learned that.
Terrorists win.
MOUZ want those playoffs. They come gunning for it. Oh, careful, Torshi. Yep. Oh, no. How do you
This
leave?
is the bomb too.
How do you get out? Guys, help!
You might have to just smoke it, yeah.
I'm stuck. Okay, scout lower. First time for everything. And JL has trusted his read on long.
Aurora are already saving. MOUZ have won this round. And that's fine.
That's okay.
Torres,
Ah.
I can't believe it either, bud. That's a lot of damage through the smoke.
Scout's hitting.
Oh, these are good tags and all, but it goes no further than this. I think one of the things that's been so exciting to me about this new MOUZ squad was like the kind of, you know, the whole exertional IGL change. Firstly, you were just nervous because like you've seen examples of mid-round callers going to IGL when it really works. Examples that spring to mind would be like someone like a Hunter in recent times, right?
Apex, famously.
Yeah, if you want to.
Historically.
Yeah. And then it's like, you've also seen it where it hasn't. I'm thinking, you know, kind of like the Twists back in the day, right? Probably one of the more standout ones. I know he's kind of back on that now out of the, you know, with the circumstances around FaZe. And so we don't really know how it's going to work the second time around. But, so there was questions around whether it would work. But I think the thing that's been exciting is Exertion was one of the players who got more freedom, right? And took the most risks within MOUZ. And he's kind of brought that to the culture of the team. They're not afraid to take chances here.
I just found the immediate success so interesting because it already felt like he called his shots on T-side anyway. I never looked at Exertion, especially with, you know, you consider his choking and like his struggles in playoffs. I never looked at him and went, oh, he's really limited by the system he's in. Or like,
no,
oh,
exactly.
Brolin's putting him in
but
bad.
It's like, you know,
that's not how I felt.
You now have the guy who had the extra freedom in charge of the team, and he knows how good that extra freedom to do what you want in certain situations feels like. And also, when you look at who they kept out of the lineup, it kind of was the guys who were a bit more freed up. Torshi is the AWPer, Spinks is their kind of extremity player operating on his lonesome.
He's also, you know, just based on talking to him, he's clearly a smart guy, has a great read of the game, so it's nice to see that sort of...
Well, you remember when we would have him on the cast, and it was like, dude, he knows everything that's going to happen before it happens.
But it's nice to see it kind of proven. Like, look at this round. He found the gap, he walked all the way up, and he's taking Cat, and they've planted A in a fight.
I guess the big question to me was, did he lean into, like, the old system that Cyclone and Brolin built up? Or did he try and reinvent everything? And I think it's very much the second option, yeah.
It does feel like it's affected the whole team. Like, they're playing a lot more confident. You know, you could argue there's some honeymoon effect to that as well, but the style does look different.
It'll be long-term where the questions, like, arise, but the initial eye test, I think, is really, really promising around this MOUZ team.
I mean, look,
it wouldn't surprise me if people end up liking them a lot more, too, because they're more prone to taking risks.
Yeah, it's the thing we always talked about was the saving and, you know, the not going for those unlikely rounds.
Yeah, I think the way you would
win.
describe MOUZ before, and the reason for their consistency was like they just did the basics really well. But I think that's also why there was like a hard limit on how good the team could be, because shock horror at the top level, all the teams do the basics well.
As Yanko said yesterday, you don't win trophies with guardrails.
No. Take it from Hugo, ex-professional bowler.
One of the best to ever do it. Have some respect. Alright, Zertian found in middle, but B is open right now. MOUZ found that cross pick, so McCarty at 4 and 14. Be glad Prof isn't here. MOUZ are going to go for this punish. And it looks like a well-timed call. Soulfly has had some trouble in this map already. Alone on this B side, Xantares with the orb coming in. Soulfly does nothing. Xantares, he's going dangerously for the jump shot.
I like that he tried that.
Yeah, it's not the worst move, and the follow-up is right there. Bomb is alone. Xantares wants to fight it. The orbs are wreaking havoc right now, and Zelex gets his chance to clutch. What you got?
All right, B side for Zelex, bomb down. It was about the orb back in the tunnels. Woxic already rang out with a kill earlier.
Ooh.
But peeking into it, Woxic on a tight line. It doesn't miss those.
Phew. Aurora
So well recovered there, right? B empty. Chance for that to go really wrong. Xantares gets there in time with the AWP, puts it to work. Aurora still in the conversation.
Counter-terrorists win.
You know, the one you talked about longevity with this team and this style and with the calling. Yeah, I think to give one maybe poor example of it starting so strong and disappearing. Think about G2 last season, Harry. Think about Hunter calling these really fast rounds. G2, everybody hitting. You know, Heavy got MVP and anchor roles, winning London back last year, and now we look at G2 now. And it's the same team. It's not the same team, is it? Or at least it's not the same success. So it can be really hard to maintain consistency. That's why a story like Apex is as incredible as it is, because he ripened every year. And sure, you can always make the argument he has the best pieces in the world. But when Apex started leading Vitality, those weren't the best pieces in the world. And sure, roster changes, etc. But I think he's used his players better than anyone right now and demanded more from them and kind of, to a degree, turn them into those pieces.
Well, there's also that like famous Cadian saying, which was like, everyone wants to be a cooler when you're winning. It's in the kind of hard moments. It's in the tough times.
Try making a call of 15-14.
Yeah,
or suddenly you don't want the responsibility, huh? I do love that quote. Ooh, okay. Look at JL, look how deep he's gotten already. They're all here, and I don't think Aurora realized how many players got outlawed. They learned the hard way. That's with a missed smoke from MOUZ. So they get the smoke, they get the fight, and they come out top. 5v2, Cardi is stuck in here, just trying to survive. JL will not let it happen. Runs him down. That is not a percentage play, that is a punish play. And MOUZ are here to take all your gold.
Great stuff from Zelex, man. Since getting into this second half, especially.
Yeah.
Get him out of that B site anchor.
He's like, Spinks is the problem, not me. Zelex looking for the fourth. But that was asking a lot. However, MOUZ may as well run this down. At this point in the game. Oh! Damn. That's crazy.
Terrorists win.
Oh. Boom. Nice. Oh. They chase him down a second before time expires. I think JL said that was my entry. Why'd you take that?
Yeah, he was the guy who took all the space, but Zelex got all the glory.
Oh. Ah! He hit it. They both did. All right, Aurora, if you have anything left, gotta show it right now. They have 2 flashes and a smoke. No kit. How do you win this?
For Aurora, you're going to be hard-pressed to win this series without that kind of trifecta of firepower online. Right now, Xantares is hitting, and you're welcoming the uptick in form from Maja, but you're going to really struggle with both Wakadia and Woxic kind of missing in this game. Soulfly was like 0-8 in the first half, or 0-7.
Yeah. But he was also
And
running
he's
into
now,
walls.
yeah, he's now moved up the board. Nearly as more kills than Wakadia and Woxic combined.
Oh my goodness. Well, he got it done. Can't argue with that. Look at Xertion go into spawn. Flash. He's got a CT drop into Wakadia. Teaches him a lesson. B-split coming in quick.
No, you don't have to worry about those rotates for a little while, but the B site holds its ground. Soulfly low. Cover in!
What?
Xantares can't find it. Zelex hits a blinder again!
He's the fleet
with
master.
the 180. Exertion still on this CT lurk. Just needs to try and get one. If he can cut Maja down.
Oh,
Molly's big for Maja. Forces the swing out of Exertion. And so Zelex has to do this one alone. But they're both low. Everyone's low. One bullet ends the round. Zelex is going to have to hit another 180. I'll make it in. MP9, hard to deal with. Maybe even worse than facing a rifle there. Let's Woxic be nimble, light on his feet, and so round picked up for Aurora. A damn good try out of Zelex to make some magic happen.
Yeah, it's good that Aurora split up there, although it can be dangerous to not go through the same choke point. If you're low, you're just going to get lined up, aren't you? So it's 2 1v1s. It's still very scary. You've allowed a player to isolate you, but it's better than getting sprayed down. Nice round out of Woxic, saving this one, keeping Aurora very much in the game. And MOUZ aren't happy. They're buying up full. Limited utility, hoping to get it done with the guns. Because suddenly, Aurora have been given a chance. If MOUZ fall here, this game's going to close up quickly.
But this is both teams with money on the line, so MOUZ are kind of swinging for the fences, right? They're acknowledging that losing this lets the game close up, but the risk-reward feels worth it to them. Knowing that they could break Aurora's money and put themselves on the winning track right now.
Wakadia heard those tags. They should be scared of this B side right now. Someone was behind the smoke. MOUZ are coming in.
It's a full assault. This spray for Soulfly, and he's burning alive. Now it's Wakadia has to step up, and they hear him at the car. The entries belong to Zelex Xertion.
Lock the round.
And if you don't give anything away with Aurora's money on the edge, they really do have to save here. You just kind of force their hand.
There we go. It's the right call. Man down, money on the line. Map point. Aurora walk away. Careful, Maja, because they're exiting here. They will leave the tunnels. He's getting fights. Three kills is not bad. Is it worth losing your gun? Not so sure.
Yeah, had he saved, you would have had full rifles in this round.
It just keeps MOUZ within reset territory. But that still relies on Aurora winning
Yeah,
more.
right? That's kind of the problem. That's not a bad way to get the ball rolling, though. That saved Woxic Orb, opening up the round and dealing with Zelex, who's been a real force of nature.
What a comeback
His openers.
for Zelex in this game. What was... I would love to know what his worst score was. It felt like 4-10 or something like that.
And as you've seen from like even just his performances on a lot of the other maps, especially when he's a bit more comfortable, like really the only glaring issue has been CT Dust2.
3v5 potential 2v5 now, but MOUZ have got that sight. We know how problematic this can be. Oh, Wakadia almost loses it. They're going to flash him in quick. I like it. Chaos, but flashes everyone. Wakadia still gets in.
Just getting him in the sight is nice. Even if the flash did blind him, having him here is a big problem for MOUZ, and he'll go on to close the round. So that risk all of a sudden of Madja hanging around to do the extra damage is worth its weight in gold as the money is broken for MOUZ. They've called for a force.
Oh, that's
putting a surprising amount of money in here.
They got B spawns, but still, that's it's a high risk one. Guess very limited loss bonus, but just gonna try and explode on this B side, feeling confident. Mid to B coming out. So I'm gonna try and cut off rotates.
Here's the thing, in a round like this, with rotates being so far away especially, like you could even afford to go 3 for 2 on the entries into the site. You still have a great chance in this round.
Can you get those 2 with Tech 9s?
Cardia is playing close, and they're going to use that smoke to try and close in. Cardia firing off, only gets out with the first. It's Soulfly, back of the site, good for his.
Soulfly coming back like Zelix in this game. Had numerous multi-kills on this B site. Most multi-kills of his team right now. And much needed here as MOUZ risk it all on a force buy. Gonna have to take the eco here. This game is getting close.
Weird thing about that force is we talk about like oftentimes the goal is to maximize gun rounds, and MOUZ have kind of done the opposite with that force buy. They have one more like proper buy round left in this game now.
I just think the reason they did it was they lost 3 to Madja on the way out. They had very poor loss bonus, and if they full eco'd one there, the next buy would have been pretty weak anyway. So that's a justification. But yeah, it has left them with less rounds with rifles, for sure. Well, got to make the most of this one. Suddenly Aurora are nipping at MOUZ's heels.
I think a part of you wants to think that you've got Aurora really paranoid about this B site, but I don't know if you will. Madja likes the mind games. And so they're just staying standard in this 3-2, playing the anti-long rush setup to open up this round. I think it is time for MOUZ to explore other avenues, and I feel like Madja assumes the same.
Well, he's happy with that. He'd love to get to play. He's been consistent fragger in these games in Astana. Back to the site he goes. Xertion finds a gap. Won't exploit it. Dotting their I's, crossing their T's.
Bomb plant here is a requirement if you want to have anything of value in this next round. For Aurora, goal is stop that bomb going down. It makes it very easy for them to lock in overtime, because they would only have pistols to worry about in round 24.
Up camp for MOUZ, full exec. Look at Maja hiding out right now. He is hoping he gets overlooked. Mid to be threatened to fake. They are rotating. That was Aurora panicking, but it actually puts him in the perfect place. Everybody here on the site. Nice kill from Spinks. Is this really winnable?
Torshi.
Oh, hello?
Oh, could have had Maja there for free.
20.
Instead, you're hoping for this 2-on-3 to come through with the last second change of mind, trying to get out mid to B. But the cover in from Soulfly, he faces them head on, and now there's no winning this for Torshi.
Unless nobody's
He
home.
actually does have the open route to a bomb plant here. Woxic had shuffled out of position.
Jump shot.
It might come down to it.
Can't save. Yeah.
Jump shot denied. Here's Woxic closing in.
Oh.
Missed shot. Torshi
Okay.
tries to give chase, but Maja's got the cover. Now, at bare minimum, you get that bomb plant, you get a couple of kills. You can bring out guns here in the final round of the half. It's going to come at the cost of util. So expect to see some Galils and util purchased around it, but there will be limitations here for MOUZ. This comeback from Aurora is very, very threatening.
MOUZ got Aurora scrambling, but it felt like their fake was so good that they got Aurora pulling back from long and all in the right place to fight that Kazakhstan. They wanted to rotate CT. They believed that was a mid to B, and so 3 players of Aurora facing Catwalk as MOUZ come through. If Torshi wasn't pre-scoped, he might have had Maja pushed up on that close wall. But none of this matters because MOUZ are left with nothing to try and fight back Aurora. They've got to call this final timeout. And I mean, look at their money in the bottom left. Sure, you can get an AK with armor, but you can't get a nade. So Galils have to be called here for MOUZ. Suboptimal buy as Aurora are right there on this comeback, looking for a 5th round in a row to make it happen.
It's a real test of the metal for this Exertion IGL. Aurora default hasn't changed. Same setup every one of these rounds. 2 players in B, mid left open, short left open, and a triple long start.
Here we go. Riccardi has such a strong position for the AK-47. And Soulfly has always found multi-kills from backside. If this B-hole doesn't work out, that would be a change here for Aurora. They've been solid.
Wakadia, gun on, and a mow down in the tunnels. Little awkward now as the ammo runs dry, down to his trusty dual Berettas.
Oh my god.
Torshi's got him. B-site falls and a 3v2. This is the cleanest B-site finish MOUZ have had. And it's come at the worst point in the game for Aurora.
This hurts.
The site that has felt impenetrable, where Wakadia and Soulfly have always delivered on these multi-kills, finally lets them down. And so now you look at Maja and Woxic in an unlikely 2-on-3. MOUZ are entrenched, they're set up, and Zelex wins that fight on a Maja back in the tunnels. Woxic's made noise, they know where he's coming from, and there's no reason to peek this for these 2 players in at the site. MOUZ finally break through on B, and they seal the deal on Dust2. That's Aurora's map pick. This is the map that MOUZ have been struggling on, and they shut it down in round 24.
I really enjoy new MOUZ. Like, they're really fun to watch. A little bit of a... Let's focus in on this towards the end of that map there. You saw a little bit of a, I suppose, Dust, I'd call it an economy gamble with the force spike. Didn't quite pay out.
The close on Dust2, man. The pressure's on. Things are getting dialed to 11. They have to do it with less in that final round of play. And it's still enough. I want to see this MOUZ get to playoffs, man. Whether it's here, whether it's tomorrow, I do want to see what they're made of in those big stage games. What with the old MOUZ propensity being to fall apart. Especially for the new IGL and Exertion, right? There's not just a test of the water for Zelex, who we all know is a new boy on the block, but Exertion was kind of the most jarring piece in those high-pressure playoff matches, right? The guy who could give you so much in groups and then would go missing when the pressure's on. Does that keep up when he's at the helm, or does he kind of reinvent what he brings to the table? I'm excited for MOUZ this year.
There's so many questions, really, and hopefully answers around the corner. MOUZ have got to get there first, though. Aurora on CT side of Nuke. It's MOUZ storming down towards the B site. Spinks in the lobby looking to negotiate with these CTs. He'll get one. MOUZ still put that bomb down, though. Aurora are fast on ramp with numbers.
Very, very quick. 3 players in at the ramp room, ready to retake, so pressure's still on for MOUZ here, and all the kills go the way of Aurora. 2 out of the double doors. Gonna try and play around this bomb. Tap on it, but picked off. JL lands a couple of dinks. How much more does he have in him? Ammo runs low in that Glock, and Aurora chase him down.
Nice push there for Aurora. They had to hunt him. If they give him any room and they let him play with them, peek door, peek window, they're going to lose that round. Getting whittled down, but a lot of hype. A lot of hype for Maja. Full rundown there by Aurora. Love the pace back on ramp. They don't let MOUZ get too comfortable in that post plant.
I'll say some positives here for Aurora in that it was the case of a slow start on a number of players back on Dust2, but you kind of got this sense that they'd fully woken up. Soulfly had that miraculous recovery from being, I think it was 0-7 down at one point in time. Went on to finish as one of the top performers. Wakadia started to get more mileage out of him. So you have had enough time to wake up into this series, and you see Maja really bringing the hype at the tail end of that pistol round. Trying to get the energy high here in the survival map for Aurora. Force buy for the MOUZ squad. They get the bomb plant. They bring out guns. Exertion with the double wall, but it won't really do anything with Woxic already down here in secret.
Yeah, if anything, it just alerts you to an A hit or a ramp take right now. Woxic has just pushed up the stairs and cleared this entirely, so Aurora need to be very careful about their A site right now. There's only 2 players inside of it. Gambling on the ramp. Xantara's keeping pressure on. Woxic pushed down on ramp with Soulfly. They start to run. Xantara's aggression in the door. They know where all of MOUZ are right now.
Triple drop in a lower, expecting this to follow through into a B play. They do have Magic controlling the heavens, and you can't get up that ladder, MOUZ. Magic shut the door on them.
Oh, don't die. Yeah, a fight not worth taking, to be honest. Xantares has made his way back up vent, but look at the heaven control. Big problem now for Aurora. And this lurk out door for Spinks. Perfectly timed. It's all gone very pear-shaped. Xantares has a bit of element of surprise. Not for long. Torshi flushes him out, and yeah, it's the Maja fight back into CT that opens up that round again for MOUZ. They win the force buy. Huge kill for JL.
Yeah, kind of rough for Magic. Been playing really, really well here in Astana, but that's the exact like if MOUZ could summon the fight that they want, that's the exact fight. It suddenly brings them back into the conversation. It lets them get out through heaven, lets them follow through with that A play. So a bit of an overstep from the Aurora captain.
Smokes down Zelex on his own. This is typically where you'll see Exertion. But he wants to be part of the pack. Have seen some 2-man pushes outside before. But MOUZ get free ramp control. Everyone focused A or outside here from Aurora. Zelex gets all this room. Nice flank for Maja. Will it amount to much? Bomb dropped. Problematic. And they could choose to run away here, MOUZ. Focus on that lower side. They've still got Zelex carving a path. Punish.
Element
Oh,
of
no!
surprise, but misses the opportunity. That's a really awkward whiff. Backstab for Soulfly is nice. However, they lose Maja ramp side. That's the gun removed. Gonna have to hope Xantares can be the guy to get this one going. Low HP on JL. And he's just fallen off the silo. Far from ideal here.
He is safe here for now. And yeah, they're not going for it. Oh my god, the whiffing in this round is crazy. I think Zelex looked really scared in that position. He had so much control. Would love to see him take it, go towards the vent side, try and actually cut rotates. He was in between two positions, and he got flanked. So he kind of wasn't covering anything. Just the double door. But they were able to walk right behind him. None of this really matters, though. Just something to keep an eye on if he's going to be this guy crossing secret on his own. So a lot of responsibility in that role. So let's see how that blossoms here as MOUZ do keep a thumb over Aurora. One gun save.
One of the things that's been kind of impressive to me about MOUZ is, even though we can say, you know, it feels like they're on a bit of a honeymoon arc, I actually think, pound for pound, good few individuals look uncomfortable. Like, each map, you kind of have one or two guys feeling somewhat exploitable, and they've still been getting solid wins in spite of that.
Yeah, it just wasn't the feeling I got in that Gentlemates game. But it was a lot of A hits for MOUZ. Zelex and Xerxon like walking through these smokes, going together. And JL's with him this time. 3 players crossing now. Xerxon bringing the bomb late. That wall comes down again. So MOUZ can cross down once more. Cardia, oh, he wants to get in the corner, and he will survive with a kill.
5-7, so broken.
You might just feel like that's one player, though. With no trade, I don't think Aurora are panicking.
Yeah, and the fact that Zelex was who you saw on this lurk last time. That and the fact that Aurora have already been burned by an over-aggressive lower rotate.
Oh.
Wakadia now spots the rest of the pack and tries to put distance between himself and MOUZ. Buying time for his teammates to rotate in to join him. And with damage down on the Sphinx back in the lobby, something might be happening here. Wakadia takes another head off with that 5-7 before getting put down.
It's very Bronken. JL eats a scout shot. This is getting scary for MOUZ. Sphinx needs to find something, but nothing's been given to him. The timing! Back turn! Back turn for both Xerxon. You can't hold this shot. That's crazy. Takes a lot of damage. Not worth it. 15 seconds to go back up top. Maja alone can deny them both. Bomb is stuck with 10 seconds. There's no plant available. Nice shot, but you've lost this round, JL. Nothing you can do. And so Maja's P250 up above yet again stops that bomb from rerouting. What the hell? I think Xerxon is doing too much there. He just needs to take that kill and go up. The health he lost affected him on that ladder jump. All over the shop, MOUZ. That is a weird round to lose. Oh. It's more like it for Sphinx. Xantarosaur. Maja hears them outside.
It's a 5-on-3, but it's not comfortable, in part because you didn't spot Xantares. Oh, now you do. Never mind. Good catch for Xerxon, just timing on his side there. Out in the yard. You still have low players here, so not super comfortable. Sphinx might be low, still gets his. And Soulfly overran. Zelex keen on these entries. It's a well-handled recovery from MOUZ. Don't leave JL hanging. You saw he was getting nervous, but Zelex catches it. And so morale's still high. Zelex getting used to the fist bump on land mentality.
Yeah. Every round, win or loss. At least gained a lot of experience, you know, in the last year, right? Obviously, Katowice was his first official LAN back 2025, but in NXT, just played a bunch of LANs with that squad on this open circuit, talking Urban Rigas to Draculans. So definitely gained some much-needed experience and, you know, got tested by MOUZ as an org. Sure they had their eye on their academy prospects, knowing how well their last upgrades have done them. And nice to see that path to pro players. I'd say it's as open as it's been since the Academy League days, right? Just getting to see Academy teams play smaller events. Moxic is stuck right now, but he's a shotgun AWPer sometimes. Up heaven, JL, lot of control. And MOUZ just run past the smoke. Can Moxic deny the bomb? Doesn't look like it.
Bomb has been planted.
He is stuck. What's going on? One more. Woxic does clear the vent. Backside, Xantares needs to help out, and they got to do it quick. Torshi banger shot will force the save. No time for Aurora in this post plant, and Spinks stops anything from getting out of hand. MOUZ are laughing off the silly deaths as they continue to pick up rounds.
Terrorists win.
Should be no issues here, just to cement a nice early lead. But with Cardia, not again.
That's rude.
It's his second knife kill in this series. Oh, and he's arrived in hell in time to put the AK to work as well.
He only knifes Hungarians.
Yeah. Is it because we are from Hungary?
Thought you were going to say Hungaria. Would this work, do you think? I like the position. They plant Astralis, but someone should scale rafters. If we're being serious, someone should definitely scale rafters. There we go. All of them scaling. Torshi planting, faking even, and good cover. That's nice. MOUZ tick every box.
Nice, good calmness on the fucking hate round. Nice kills, Justin.
Oh, they're always smiling, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think they have a lot to be happy about. They're surging towards the playoffs here in Astana.
Let's go, boys. I pick it. Rock that.
He laughed it off. He laughed it off. He knew the round was safe. No issues there.
Of course he's there. Of course he's just sat in the smoke.
Knife kill means that Woxic will be getting that AWP out straight away.
Love that. Yummy. And Aurora, what have you got? She hears that orb. It's coming hunting. Oh, Spinks on one. Get out.
Good thing he did jump out of there too. There's more nades available. Santara's saving his to break these yard smokes.
Tagged.
Meanwhile, Soulfly ramp side. JL's been a menace at getting these openers out towards the ramp. Zelex, though, caught in the crossfire, dead first. Oh,
Well.
that's one way to go about fighting the ramp guy. Xertion just a hop, skip, and a jump over the top. In comes Woxic, though, to get rid of him.
The lurk orb. Can't say Woxic was ready for that.
Wakadia ramp re-clear is big. JL's not ready for this. He's got both kills on a platter with 1 HP on Spinks. Damage is unconfirmed on Spinks. They don't know he's as low as he is, so Wakadia doesn't hang around to fight it. He's got 2 teammates that should be able to clean this up.
Where's he gone? Backside, they've seen him now. Pistol out for Wakadia. Problematic, and there's the cover. Magic coming down for around 15 seconds. Spinks should be impossible. Got to find an instant headshot here. Going backside for the plant. They can molly him out. Doesn't matter. Magic's got the headshot. And so Aurora do confirm that round. The ramp repush coming in clutch for Wakadia. Aurora onto 3.
So often these yard smokes have been nothing more than just a ruse. Now's this time look to put numbers out in the yard. Torshi even trying to cover from on top of the silo. Spot there for Woxic. Sees one player get out behind red, but that doesn't tell you a hell of a lot if you're Aurora. Both JL, Zelex, and Xertion making it into secret. Spinks on the lobby lurk, but ramp is not free territory. Aurora have noticed just how obsessed MOUZ have been with the ramp room, so they're doubled up here. It also means Woxic will be their first guy they contend with if they commit to this lower play. Warp in the ramp fight. A lobby crunch, rather, in response. You've conceded this lower control, so they're going to try and pressure Spinks. Here's that Woxic orb moving into position. Swing and a miss. And you might not get many more chances to kind of seal the deal on this retake. You're out of position, can't rotate vents, means you got long rotates ahead of you. This just kind of forces your hand to commit to the save.
And Spinks is still waiting. Of course he is. He's so cheeky. Gets his first kill and backs all the way up to T-spawn on low health. So Aurora have to find him. You feel like he's got one more in him. Ramp save is their best bet. Oh, maybe it's not. MOUZ are exiting this way as well. 4 players of MOUZ coming back up ramp. One shot for Woxic, but you're all going down one way or another. Woxic fighting for his life. Missed shot from Torshi. Recovers with the pistol. And MOUZ hunt all those guns except for Soulfly. Disaster strikes for Aurora. They don't compete for the round, and they don't have anything to show for the save. This one just feels like MOUZ bleeding Aurora out right now.
Yeah, you know, there are acceptable ways to lose rounds, and then there are the roughest possible ones, and Aurora were hoping for the former, ended up with the latter. You never even attempted it, and it cost you everything. Think for Maja. Well-timed aggression from the ramp. Exertion puts it down. Still, this flood of pistols continues to come the way of MOUZ in the lobby. Bombs dropped here as well, so Aurora down to scrap. They do have Torshi trying to cover from the top of the ladder.
Trying is the key word there. How much can you do in this position? The Molly is actually quite nice. But this bomb, big problem. JL finds it from A. Cardia. Oh, dude, that was his kill. Xertion one shot from death. Santares alone.
Well, you know, you tell yourself if there's anyone you want in this 1v3 with the AK lobby side, it's Santares, and they've made a lot of noise on this reroute out to the door. Santares steals himself away, prepares himself for a must-win clutch. There's the first. Oh, Santares, sharp with it. All plans the tag, and Torshi's able to stop him in his tracks.
Oh, that hurts to lose to a pistol as well. That nice tag for Torshi going a long way. Santares still very keen to take the fight. Heads up, 1v1. Beautiful attempt. But this is all MOUZ today. That's the story. Playoffs on the line, and MOUZ are making a hell of a run for it right now. Even thrust into some difficult positions, excelling. And you said coming into this series you wanted to see a big game from JL. You're getting it right now too. 12-6, taking a lot of space on this T side. Finding the key entries. Well, not even just straight up entries, but just, you know, trade kills in the pack. No kit here for Aurora, and these retakes have just been problematic. Now let's go for the APOP.
Sphinx secures the opener. Cardia able to deal with him on that spam. It's Santares playing next. Fast out from heaven. They pick up the pace. The retake begins before that bomb's even planted. And MOUZ, the whole time, they were a little suspicious that they got in so freely. That's why Aurora hanging around, ready to make a move as soon as MOUZ get out into the bomb site.
Yeah, I like that Aurora don't let MOUZ set up there and get comfortable, right? Everyone's still fiddling with nades, trying to hold initial positions. They're not even ready to lock it down in the 3v4, so Aurora keep the pressure on. But man, it's just isolated rounds in the CT side. Aurora have not found 2 in a row. They won pistol, they lost to force. They won the next buy. MOUZ went on a streak of 3. This is Aurora's only opportunity to find back-to-back rounds in the half. And at least there's an opportunity, because MOUZ's money is weaker now. Oh, that timing. What? He got it!
No way, Santares. He was meant to be dead. Like, we all saw it, right? Santares should be dead meat right now.
What? He lived a nade as well. This guy's got plot armor.
And he gets the AWP.
Oh my
It's a
god.
pretty darn good trade deal for Xantares.
Done well for himself. He is again weak, but we've seen the quick retake attempt. And just drops in. Good to have some feet in this site. Moxie comes in from above as well. Sertion moving outside. Wicardia. Great position. That flash, yeah. Wicardia swings with it. Woxic, nice angle. Oh! Dude, the flicks.
Everyone's hitting the craziest flicks. Madja can't reel him in. It's the Torshi rifle up for the replies right now. Gets him into the top site. Still down a Clown. Spinks and Torshi could get lined up. It's very close spacing, but they make it down. Get past the man in main, and now they've got to plant it lower. Ramp rotate is the aim of the game for Aurora, but they won't get here in time to stop that bomb plant. Torshi doesn't have long to make up his mind. Decides to battle forward, trying to keep the pressure on, stop that spillover from the ramp, unable to do so. And now you're left looking at Spinks. Torshi only had info on 2 players. Spinks now hears all these footsteps, knows that all 3 players for Aurora in the site. Swing on the door. Needs to stop this defuse, has to do it cleanly, and with that being a little labored, Xantares good for the trade. Aurora get by with 5 on this CT side. It's enough.
I'm glad Xantares puts God mode on for that round, because without it, Aurora are gonna lose. He gets 3 lives, it feels like. How does one stray bullet from Spinks not find that kill? It would have been round. Nice try, but Aurora survived their CT side. Cannot say they thrived by any means. They found a similar first half back on Dust2, but we all know how that ended up. MOUZ did clutch out that game, and now they go to the favored half here on Nuke. Just another reassuring game out of MOUZ. On the T side, you know, we see some of these newer rosters having trouble finding T-sided rounds. MOUZ so far not being one of them. I think of Karrigan on Falcons, think of even FaZe. Well, Sertion's leading them to decent first halves.
And that's what's been so impressive about this MOUZ team, to be honest. You know, I think out of all the new look rosters we have here, MOUZ almost had the lowest expectations just because the change was so deep, right? It's not just multiple players out of the roster, it's Exertion taken to be in the IGL for the very first time in his career. You also have a rookie from your academy team. You know, there was a lot of potential for things to go very, very wrong, and what stands out is just how much is going right for this new MOUZ team. Ramp room taken here for Aurora, as MOUZ don't put up much of a fight for this space, so they've got full lower control. MOUZ almost hoping they would try and take hell, try and go for the A play. Now left jumbling these rotates down the vents, and an instant dink. Feel for Zelix there. That's his very first peek at the CT side, put to 1 HP.
Of course, Spinks outlurks, holding on that top side as well, so MOUZ gonna have to pick up the pace, but these pistols in your face. Xantares triple kill. He gets the jumping player and still finds a third. Round done, as far as I'm concerned. So Xantares and Wicardia, with all 5 between them, Aurora back in the game. Pacey. Alex using this smoke. They have hit some timings, so haven't they? Oh! Jumped the gun on that one. Good luck. You don't know there's a high-low of 3 players looking your way. Boom. It's not been Alex's game.
No, and that's something that I think Cyclone was able to pick up on very, very early, that he's just kind of in his head a little bit here on Nuke. Saw even during their timeout earlier, Cyclone taking the time to speak to Alex directly, giving him a little pat on the back.
Bomb has been planted.
You know, it's a game that decides whether or not you go to playoffs, and you've got a pretty ugly score on the scoreboard, so knows that Zelex might be in his head a bit.
Yeah, some of these fights haven't been too fun, have they?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that also feels rough. Like, he's still been doing his job, right? Like, even in the pistol gets dinged, what does he do? He just kind of jumps around the corner to try and set up his teammates. Obviously, you're jumping into Xantares, so you're
dead.
Gonna get massacred. But he's doing what's required of him. It just feels a bit rough, and you even commented early on with some of the secret cross rounds where he just kind of felt a bit fearful, right? Unsure what to really do with the space he was given. Aurora tying up this game. Now a save on the players that did force buy means you still have something to fight with in this round.
Yeah, they got out position there. Aurora expecting the force going down. Round outside, wrapping heaven. Similar situation here where MOUZ have an even weaker buy. Aurora just staying grouped, looking to punish on this top site. Smokes go down. That's 2 rotations for MOUZ. And that is a weakened ramp. They execute 3 in the site.
Yeah, MOUZ have read this one correctly. Exertion burning alive, just gets out at 1 HP. Gets to still be a threat here. Chance to do even more damage gets denied as the Xantares entries come in, and it is just Zelex left. Won't fly under the radar. Woxic's checking everything.
Right, Aurora are in the lead right now. Can you believe it? Converting that pistol hard into 3 rounds as MOUZ's force falls, and now they have to win this round. Or Aurora are going to start steaming forward in this T side. So high pressure gun round right now for both squads. Torshi does have his AWP, 1 kit. Smokes for Aurora. Nothing disrupted. Might throw them late here. They're waiting for a push. MOUZ giving them nothing. Torshi just holds hut with the AWP, playing very reactive in this round.
Contact in the yard. Just on the fly, these smokes. With all the room you've been able to get. Right as Exertion's attention is pulled away to go and fight the door, that's when all 3 players swing out past red. Spinks dies as a result of it. Kind of exciting here because Exertion has a gap in towards the door, and with the smoke down behind him, might feel the pressure to move into the lobby.
It's a great call for Madja, realizing the gap. Look at them go. Sure, MOUZ may have info, but if MOUZ overcook, they're going to get worried about B right now.
JL made a step. So Madja knows that they're in lobby behind him.
I think MOUZ are scared of that B side. There is a player holding heaven at least.
There's the kill on JL. Zelex, ugly looking spray as he tries to contain that Heaven spillover. And Aurora powering up.
Oh.
I think it was easier to brush the Zelex rough performance under the rug on that T side where he could just be a part of the pack, right? Used to play trade. But it's a lot harder. Oh.
Nah, it ain't happening, bro.
It's a lot harder to ignore when he's got responsibility in at the top site.
Yeah, that's not a good fight. I mean, should be getting that one. Don't think it makes too much difference in the round. Everybody fell. But it does not help the confidence, that is for sure. Aurora breaking MOUZ's money again, taking their own AWP off them. Boxic says thank you very much. Barely a weak link in sight here for Aurora. Everybody showing up right now. Looking to make this a 3-map affair. MOUZ are putting some money in, still wanting to compete. Spinks is going to hero rifle. This will not be a 4x for MOUZ. That would be crazy. Chaos.
Been spotted, so knows he has to try and get something on that forward position. This is a pretty involved angle for Spinks as he looks to duel over the smokes. Whittle down to half. And Yard might fall all the same. Just how many do you lose? Between now and Aurora taking that space, it's 2 players to the good for Aurora.
Finally. Silence
on
broken.
the board.
But they've lost a round. Position on this B site for Aurora. Ready to go together, nobody home. And so nothing MOUZ can do. They may as well throw themselves in with these pistols, but that AK feels like a save. JL missed shot. Aurora bomb plant. All said, all done. Just really well-paced T-side here from Aurora, grabbing all the gaps. Heaven control numerous times. Quick reaction when they see numbers on that top site this round. Oh, and Ricardo knows. Hello. That's great. Oh god, triple death to bomb. It literally doesn't matter at this point. They have so much money, but MOUZ have to try and seize the moment here. They've just had not had a round this half.
Five in a row for Aurora, and showing no signs of stopping. Gun rounds running out for this MOUZ team. Change of pace for Madja. This time far quicker out into the yard. And Zataras was even waiting to see if they broke those smokes open, looking for a gunfight. That's the kind of form he's in right now. 17 and 9. Madja with a lurk. Knocks Spinks out of play. Good kill, good pickup there for Exertion. Returns the advantage to MOUZ. Alex gets his second kill as well, breaking this silent streak. And a non-starter of a round for Aurora on the back of this attempted pace change.
Oh, yeah, you just don't need this fight here, MOUZ. Take the clean gun round. So first on the CT side, Alex has a big flank. Should have this one in the bag. Probably won't go for the knife. That's for the best.
Here's the thing, man, with these younger players, sometimes all it takes is just getting a couple of kills to find the rhythm again. 3-0 since that 5-7 kill is Alex.
Kept the AK, I mean, self-assured. Like to see it.
And this is where, you know, you said that, like, losing everyone at the bomb didn't matter. It actually has huge implications, because, sure, they had a lot of money. They could have had even more a lot of money. Instead, chance to reset Aurora and make this a even game.
Yeah, just need back-to-back rounds here. Aurora know the importance of this one just as well. In fact, more so than MOUZ. Aurora lining up something on this top side. Looks like he can commit with the MAC-10 at the front for Soulfly. We've got Alex getting tested. Will he step up?
Oh, timing's really awkward there with the util swap. Still gets his, and the reinforcements arrive. Now, Wakati has made it out into the site, but he's the only guy left standing, getting swarmed. It's JL with a big round. They're just in time to stop that A play.
And that's the X Factor JL. Big game, big moment, big man shows up with 3 kills on that top side. That's exactly what MOUZ needed. Alex takes one with him. Spinks survives in the door, and JL does not relent. Pushes back in, triple kill in a must-win round.
I'm the A player.
Rotates so fast. And so MOUZ are back in the game, safe to say. So much so that Matt is going over his notes. Aurora, they've had a great comeback on this T side. I felt like this was going to be a crumble for MOUZ. But now they have a chance. 2 hero AKs, with no grenades behind it. This is going to have to be straight into manual.
Going into JL.
Well, he's the A player, so you better get out.
Not really in a position to hang around and fight there. Doesn't feel like it's worth the risk.
This is nice. They make MOUZ shuffle. Look at the rotates. 2B. Exertion's gone down vent.
Rotates back in A are very, very slow as a result, and so might be the case that Aurora set their eyes on this A play again.
Alex is scared of outside because Torshi has to watch hell, so there's a lot of gaps right now for MOUZ due to this ramp take. Spinks has to show up. Alex might need to play retake. Oh dear.
Gets his. Zelex lends a helping hand. And it ends up being a clean put down. That's a high pressure situation there for MOUZ, right? Only 2 players available in at the top site. You needed multi-kills from both of them if you wanted that to not be awkward, and that's exactly what they give you. Zelex is building back better.
Yeah, Spinks as well. Not really talked about too much on the CT side. He was great on the first half. Kept finding opening kills somehow in the lobby when Aurora would push in, but also a nice hold from him on A. Those two do their job to get rid of those couple of rifles that Aurora risk investing in. And that risk is going to have consequences. I mean, we're going to see MAC-10s here for sure. Or Galil's on some. So an expensive risk and one that doesn't pay off to any degree here for Aurora. And what looked like a MOUZ choke might be an Aurora choke in disguise. Outside was the way this all got going. They're going back to it with pace. They don't even shoot back. I love that. That's so quick. Oh my, I think they've won the round.
Just on position.
MOUZ have no idea.
They've already lost speed. That
Sick.
bomb is already getting planted.
That's such a sick call. This is kind of stuff that Magic wasn't doing. What a great time to call that in. Like, what do you do? Look how MOUZ are stun locked.
Yeah,
they
you don't
they're
know numbers either, so it's very, very rough here. Even as you go to save, you're nervous.
Ooh, Magic's dead, but oh, he takes one with him. And MOUZ better run properly, because that bomb's going to go off. Nice kill. Xertion going for damage. Could spray the smoke at the end.
Terrorists win.
Spinks dies. But otherwise, 3-gun save for MOUZ. Excellent call from Maja. Full speed, no one spams. That's so important. If you're spamming back on that battle, you're giving them the info that we're crossing fast. And I gotta say, the one thing that MOUZ did wrong, they threw 2 HEs and they sucked. Neither of those nades gave them vision. If they got that info, it would have been a very different round. Aurora timeout this time. MOUZ have 1 remaining. And where will Aurora go? Because I don't think that one's replicable.
No, that's the thing that's hard to contend with, right? It was a good time to throw in some wild pace change, kind of a bit of a gimmicky round almost, but you're dead on. Those type of rounds don't work twice over. And on top of that, you know, you're grinding all the way through to the end of this game. MOUZ have so much money from that streak of 3. They were super clean rounds. And so they're buying all the way till this one's over. More active stance in the yard. Torshi's AWP gets itself posted out behind red. Again, yard control, all in for Aurora. Torshi can't be too preoccupied with that player on top of main. Got to look forward. Will he be able to get out? Or does he want to continue fighting here?
Have to.
Torshi, one man sneaks in up close. Gets the info on 2. But a trade for Xantares leaves this one even, and they get players in a secret again.
They know Soulfly's main move. He's just dropped off. Xantares having the AWP from Torshi. Xertion re-clearing outside. He's going to meet them here.
I mean, he's been very switched on, very dialed in his Xertion. Kind of the one player Aurora have been hoping to avoid in these outside skirmishes. The Util's done a good job of keeping him out of the picture, but there's the lineup. Xertion nails both of them.
That is a kick in the teeth. Bomb is outside. Okay, 1 catch, but top hut sits Spinks. Should have this, and he does. Woxic 1v3. He's got 1 kill available.
Oh, he snuck it under him.
20 seconds, though.
Spinks didn't spot that. Takes damage from the nade as he hunts these kills, looking for that bomb. Xertion is a menace outside. There's only so long you can avoid him entirely. That's a huge 3K from the MOUZ captain. Moves back in a pole position, top in the charts for MOUZ in this push to the playoffs.
Yeah, what an excellent round for Xertion. Of course, the timing does him well, but realizing that, yeah, Aurora have secret, but what have they been doing most on this T side? It's been the big raps going around heaven, flanking, and so just tries to confirm they're not doing that, and they just walk right into his hands like putty.
And, you know, we were saying our MOUZ, money's not a problem till the end of the game. It couldn't be more the opposite for Aurora. They're all-inning this one. They're force buying here, putting everything into this round. And it still isn't a lot, right?
Yeah,
2 AKs for Xantares and Wakadia. You want to believe that if anyone could do this, it's Xantares. He's played a great game. There's no denying it. Throughout this entire series, he's been the guy to look to.
But these rounds haven't been good. These like low econ rounds, they've done best with full guns, of course. They've kind of got nowhere with these buys.
And so you're risking it all. Your survival in this series. MOUZ could lock in a playoff performance on the back of winning this round right now. It would leave Aurora with nothing. Spinks with aggression pushes through the door, gets out with a 1-for-1. Honestly, Aurora will take that. That's a rifle pickup. And you deal with someone who's been a big thorn in your side on these A plays. You get rid of Spinks.
Yeah, but you lose Xantares. So Wakadi has got to bail them out, and he's already started.
That's the 2 top performers for MOUZ dead first.
All right, if they win this, even more earned. Aurora have the whole map to work with. Torshi has a great angle. Can he be patient enough to wait on it? Because Aurora are looking for MOUZ aggression. They want to punish any push. If Torshi stays on this line, you'd like to think he can take one with him before he repositions. So there we go. Torshi hits his. Now they can cross ramp. Big problem. JL might need to go back. Torshi gets cocky, but it pays off. Double kill. JL is ramp. That's too much. 3 going down, leaving it on the young man. Zelex 1v2. Can he read this ramp drop? He is staying upper right now.
They've got money. He can certainly justify giving this round a go. Been in his head in this map.
Does he not hear them? It's taking so long.
And now tasked with a very important 1v2.
No kit either. But they're right there. Too late for that.
Forced you in a spot where you have to make noise, so they're going to have info to play with. They've got a crossfire set up. There should be no winning this for Zelex. One thing you've noted about his play is great at these 180 kills, but this is a round he doesn't even attempt, just throws in the towel when he's not given any type of a fight. Huge 4K from Wakadia.
Absolutely.
Pulling through for Aurora when they needed him to the most.
Whoa, and that was on 2 AK buy as well. The aggression for Spinks, sure, it gets 1, but I don't think it's worth it. Like you said, gives them another gun, gives them more info. Torshi did so well only to be stubborn. 2 kills. The repick I thought was crazy. The third, you're asking for an AK. This is Aurora you're talking about. They're sharp shooters. That was a 3v2 that MOUZ fumble. And here we go. Overtime, or Aurora drag us to map 3. Inferno waits. Badger gets risky. Gets very risky. Inside of this smoke, he pods right in. Misses that AWP though, and Zelex covers his teammate. That was Torshi dead, but Zelex stops it.
It's a massive bailout kill, isn't it? Now you've got the advantage. Torshi's AWP still remains a threat. An exertion freed up from the yard, moves in to assist JL on the ramp side, allows an earlier drop in towards lower.
Oh, this is a hard round to call now. You just need hard entries, and Zelex has dropped into A after his heaven kill. They've got outside control. They know they've dealt with the one player taking space. JL is gambling B, and Xertion has ramp, so yeah, A is the best bet right now for Aurora, but still Spinks and Zelex who have had an uptick. Can they keep it going?
It's all on them, though. Needs to be a multi-kill. Spinks able to hold on. An important dink, an important double. Oh, and he'll follow through. This one decided in overtime. Spinks with one hell of a hold.
That team molly as well, that's so awkward. It spreads down from Hut Roof. It even gets a team kill after Zelex finds a dink. Shut down on that top site. The 2 rounds where MOUZ are weakest on A, they hold against the Aurora push.
Like, there was no support. There was no rotate. No one gets there quickly. You needed multi-kills to stop Aurora, and that's exactly what Spinks gives you.
It's been 1 and 2 kills from Spinks and Zelex on these A hits, but it's just been enough to keep MOUZ in the conversation.
Feeling like Aurora, we're going to go back to the yard bin where they found the bulk of their success. MOUZ play heavy there to start in OT. Spinks spammed out, out towards main. A huge kill when you think about how important he's been in the top site holds.
PVISION doesn't look happy with that. Confirmation, or it could be down. Xantara's playing very late. This is 5v3. Hard entry on JL out ramp.
JL's certainly fallen off in this second half. The ramp area has become really problematic. Bit of a role reversal from what our fears were heading into this CT half, right? The A site has actually been really stable. And so about as clean as you can get for Aurora in that first gun round. This is a nuke that's played T-sided.
Yeah, I think MOUZ have taken a lot of opening fights that haven't really done them too well in this CT side, right? Be it Spinks getting very aggressive. He's involved in 10 opening fights. He's won 7 of them, but he was mostly on the T side getting success. We've had a lot of peaks into the yard for Exertion and a lot of swings indoor for Spinks to differing results. When you give Aurora a 5v4, they are Madge calling them into really good positions. Can MOUZ survive a little bit longer at the start of these rounds?
I mean, Nuke's also just such a test of your protocols as CTs in terms of your ability to rotate quickly and appropriately. And it's something MOUZ have kind of struggled with even in the 5-on-5.
Yeah.
So the moment you go a man down, like you really feel the lack of resources. You really feel the burn.
Been pretty blind all game.
Again with the yard control, this time a player in at lower early. Spinks down there.
Chaos joined him. That is insane. Torshi has just taken down Soulfly, keeping Exertion alive. Spinks hears him coming. There's 2 players here.
CJL, no, he's arrived from ramp. That allows Spinks maybe to hit even harder. He wasn't spotted on the jump check, so chance for him just to dart out and get a free kill. Had a 3v2 go against MOUZ earlier. Can't afford to have another one of those come through. It's just Wakadia, but he was the problem in this round last time.
Oh, yeah, Spinks strong position though, and Vent contained. Not getting up that ladder. So reassuring B hold here. Nice to see quicker rotates for MOUZ. They've learned their lesson from that last fast cross from Aurora. Able to shut it down on B site. And so trading rounds. One more of this half. And like you said, a T-sided game here on Nuke. So can Aurora keep that up?
Exertion made it across, wasn't spotted, has a free kill right now on Xantares.
Hello.
Not the guy you want to lose early if you're Aurora.
He's gone a bit cold in these last like 10 rounds or so.
And a 5v3 as Torshi's lobby aggression nets another kill. JL's come in early into lower with Torshi taking up the ramp room on that orb.
Early lower rotates is the name of the game. And Torshi's even supporting.
See Torshi fire off. Now you overlook JL, makes some noise so they know about him. Doesn't make dealing with him any easier. And what should be an impossible 1v4 out of Woxic tries to commit to this bomb plot. Will be given it. So the timing pressure on MOUZ. But they're closing in from all angles. Spinks in the vent. He's got a 1v1 in front of him. Has to take it cleanly. Gets past Spinks with no problem. Woxic, flash is brutal. And they're chasing him down. Exertion closing in. Both players here giving chase, denying Woxic any room in that clutch.
Oh yeah, trying to cross out quickly, but they sped up immediately off that info.
In a nuke that is played T-sided, MOUZ just took 2 on the CT side in overtime. That is a big blow dealt the way of Aurora.
Yeah. Playoffs 2 rounds away. Another chance to get there. but an Aurora that have definitely woken up. Just needs Antares now to keep up what he gave us back in that start of the game. It was a one player performing on that CT side. Smokes down, walks against no info. They re-break. Alex is very patient. He's going to be able to cross with that second wall. Down he goes. Boxing picks Torshi. Nice shot. Rid of the counter AWP. Soulfly dropping down. Here's him running out ramp. Nice nade even. He's going to hang around on this off angle. He's been punished here before. JL's waiting for an overcommitment. Zelex has found a timing. He just walked through the smoke. Back behind enemy line. Zelex bailing them out with a double.
Oh, and as they go to chase him, Exertion plays out through the door. So quickly, things have gone wrong for Aurora. Now, there's low HP on two of these players. Wakadia may as well give this one a go. If you can find Exertion, this becomes a very doable round. Noise made back in the lobby, and so Exertion repositions.
What a position for JL.
If he doesn't see him going hut, that means he's only going door. Great catch. Good way to play at low HP. MOUZ on a match and series point, a round away from those playoffs.
Just an excellent recovery for MOUZ. It did feel like the choke was happening coming into their CT side. We had Aurora win 7 rounds in a row across those two halves, and MOUZ had disappeared. Show back up on that CT side. Massive recovery from Zelex. Great top site holds. Even with some rounds where they had no idea what was going on, completely blind, out-called. MOUZ have dug deep, and they have 2 chances to finish this, to take it to playoffs here in Astana. Aurora getting desperate. They're going with a double AWP. And it's Antares taking it over Wakadia. That is a sign of the struggle.
One of the things that's just been sick to see for MOUZ is that oftentimes in these kind of pressure moments where the games would start to get away from them, things would tighten up and just keep tightening up till the end of the game. But it feels like actually they've been more down to take risks as matters have gotten closer. They've continued making adjustments. They stopped falling prey to those outside pushes that was so faithful for Aurora on that streak.
The faith they just put in Zalex to walk through outside smokes to wrap heaven. He gets 2 kills. Faith well placed in their rookie. He's back alone again in the yard. Soulfly back garage, learning from that previous round. But is this just going to be a main split?
I mean, Zelex was 3-16 at one point in time. Like, this is one hell of a recovery from him.
Here we go. This is the main split from Zelex. It's an A-pop.
Blocked by the molly. That's going to slow the roll.
Good nade.
Zelex dead out in the yard as Soulfly spams him out of play. 3v5. They won't break through this top site. And so the attempt at the pace change, active main lurk for Zelex shut down.
Boom.
And all dead in the heart. Woxig's got Torshi in a box. Aurora
nice.
Looking for double overtime as finally they break this 3-round streak from MOUZ.
They make a really nice adjustment there. They're hyper fixated on that main lurker. That's the guy who's meant to really punch the backline and open up when Aurora are looking at that top hit. But Soulfly back garage, a main player as well. And no one overcommits. Match is playing very safe with his Molotov there. Blocks them, ruins the timing of that top hit. Set play denied onto MOUZ. And it's all on this round.
Counter-terrorists win.
move away from any type of a set piece, anything too crazy. Xantares has been able to sneak his way up close. He was doing this a lot in regulation. I don't know if you expect it in the final round of overtime.
No, not with an AWP hit, not with no glaive smoke. Oh my god, Roxy was in the open when he turned from that flash. Zelix banger shot, but Xantares, oh, missed from Torshi. He's so scared of Silo, and there's why. JL drops in on the roof. Trades go back and forth, 3v3. Who calls who?
Crossing a garage for Madja, and with Spinks dead on this lobby, like Madja's in such a strong position. He's got to kill dead to right. Exertion falls, trade back for Torshi, and now 1v2 attempt. Got some room out towards A. Then drop, never a bad idea, but Wakadi has tried to get one step ahead of this, rerouting ramp side. This does split up Aurora.
I'd still find it give time for Torshi to take as long as possible to plant, because it's going to leave options open. It's going to leave positions and gaps that Aurora have to worry about. They're grouping Heaven, though. And this is a great remedy against an AWP. Oh, no. He's isolated it. Oh, no ammo!
Is down to the Tech 9. Torshi, steps made. Wakadi has gone on. He's going to try and put a fresh mag in. He's going to try and face him with the AWP. In comes Wakadia giving chase, and he will shut it down into another overtime.
Gotta respect the full reload in the sight there for Torshi. He even got it primed, but Wakadia goes wide and saves the day with a 3K. Nice try. Not meant to be. MOUZ have to earn this one in a second overtime, as Wakadia is putting in one hell of a shift in the face of Xantares going quiet. For some while now, Wakadia is making up for it. Dear, oh dear, that was scary. Aurora almost fumbled a 3-on-1 by making steps in Heaven. Let's go back to basics. A grouped ramp hit. Xertion's got a flash through the smoke, but Soulfly's such a good position. This flash will go past him.
Not affected by that. Woxic arrives on the rotate just in time to keep the advantage for Aurora.
Don't need this fight, just wallbang and leave. Cardi would love them to come B.
That's Xantares spamming. Hopes that that takes attention away from Wakadia. It's not worked out. Exertion brings you back in to this round with that entry.
Wait. Oh. Stuck it.
JL picked off. Tag through the smoke. Forces a reposition out of Exertion. Him and Torshi, though, a long time spent playing together. They have what it takes to answer back. This was a 2-on-3. That Torshi AWP hitting hard, and the backstab from Exertion, who's making moves the whole time. Torshi is pulling attention away.
Push through the window smoke, flank that last player. Dude, the balls on MOUZ right now. Some crazy calls. I think Xantares spamming is good there in window, but I think it also set off Exertion's brain. He realized, why would he be giving away his position right now? That's because Wakadia is hiding out. Great check in that B bomb site. A difficult round to recover for MOUZ. In a 3v4, they do it on B. They keep winning from unlikely positions. And this game, if Aurora lose it, it's going to hurt so much. Been playing catch-up the whole match and forever been able to keep up with MOUZ. They just can't take the lead away.
Not able to win that. Now it falls to Torshi to try and trade. Little awkward here as it's nearly the lineup. JL able to thread the needle on that fight. And the defense is split up. Madja back here in the lobby. Xantares down at lower on the AWP. With Exertion out ramp side, chance for him to wrap into the heavens, and that would set you up for the A play. That means Madja is the make or break. because they are coming back to the lobby. They are planning on linking up with Exertion. Can Madja ruin this round for MOUZ?
Definitely can. As long as JL kind of baits Torshi and just gives him space to die. You don't want to get lined up here. Will Madja hold the shot?
If they play too close together, he does. But the clear from Torshi is in. And Madja in the position that was the make or break, tumbles down with nothing done. Xantares too far removed. And MOUZ looking for back-to-back T-side rounds. That's what eluded them in the first OT. And now that you've spotted Xantares, you have no reason to give this guy a thing.
He needs to save. Look at the money right now. They can't buy a rifle, let alone an AWP. So this gun is integral to that next round. Insertions found it on the way out. Not just back-to-back rounds, but no money for Aurora. This should be a three-peat here for MOUZ. Unreal. Just dry fights outside. And look at this buy. 1 M4. Aurora could not be in a worse spot. They've kept up all game. They're going to start running at MOUZ.
Yeah, lobby crunch. That was the bomb on Zelex in lobby alone. Spinks does what he can from the back of the door, but with Util coming down, Spinks is now trapped. In comes Torshi to save him. Barreling down the ladder, make sure they can't pressure Spinks. And so considering how horribly that started with the bomb tumbling away as the first death of the round, MOUZ have done well to recover it.
Oh.
Hell of a shot from the Woxic scout, but he's getting chased. MP9 won't offer the resistance. Torshi gets past him. Low HP on Torshi. Spinks looking fine, and a play into this lower bomb site.
It's not a play. He's faking it right now. His teammate's still waiting back in lobby. Torshi just definitely wants to regroup with his mates. Cardia hasn't fallen for it, though. As Torshi tries to make noise, he's going to go right back up. And so Wicardia, low health, bordering 30 kills, but if he picks the right position and they walk into him, this might work wonderfully. He hopes they go heaven.
This has been where Wicardia has done his best work in these very late round clutch moments. Shut Torshi out of the one that could have won MOUZ the game earlier. He's low on health. But a lineup here in the hut does the work for him. He's dead straight away.
Both of these rounds where Torshi's meant to just be the bait to set up the trade, he has found the Tech-9 tap.
And that is a flawless T-side out of MOUZ. They now need just one in this last half of OT. Aurora, they've been treading water. They've been playing catch-up. Never the team in that position to cross the finish line and lock in the win. They now need a flawless T-side of their own. There is no room for error.
Torshi's feeling good. He has absolutely saved them in these last few rounds on T-side. And so MOUZ swap. They take a breather. More of a celebration than anything, I imagine, because they've got to be feeling pretty invincible right now. Game in the palm of their hand. Playoffs on the horizon. 3 chances to shut this series down. Molly does disrupt the smoke. It's going to make things worse here for Aurora. And they're not crossing with it either. It's just Xantares behind main, so he will be able to call that. That's going to perhaps change the plan here for these Ts. Fake X second up, but they're going ramp. JL pressured.
And to be the guy that delivers for you in these high-pressure moments, JL
I like it.
is the ramp take, plays to evade, gives up the room, and you've got an early drop out of Spinks into lower.
Is it too much? Aurora faked this so many times back on their early T side. This should not be a surprise for MOUZ. They're still 3-2. They still have a triple setup on top. That's surely enough.
This A site ended up being the stronger one of the two for MOUZ. Whenever it had to stand and deliver, it did. And oftentimes it was only two players here. This time you've got Torshi Zorp to lend a helping hand, and it will get that opening. MOUZ, the playoffs are right there. They just have to stop this spillover. Can't hack it. Aurora managed to reply. It's Zantares entries all day.
Wait.
Spinks backstab goes unaccounted for. Zantares dead, and both players left out here in the heart. They're going to try and swing him together. Spinks lights him up, knocks him down. MOUZ are going to the playoffs in Astana. It's a hard-fought battle. It takes a lot out of them, but through multiple OTs, they end it flawlessly. MOUZ headed to the playoffs with their heads held high.
Spinks is my new favorite player.
I bet he is. You're a massive fan.
Well done.
You're allowed to be a baiter if you're going to pull off a clutch like that. I'll give you that.